Boxing, which is exactly what I say every damn time we get these blatant robberies. Bro could have blood pouring from his nose, both cheekbones busted, and he's lying face down on the canvas, half conscious like he fought Homelander himself. Meanwhile, the other dude has barely broken a sweat, but somehow Mr. Niagara Falls gets the win. But seriously, boxing's subjective assessment of the action has turned off numerous potential fans over the years. Imagine watching a great fight only for the end result to spoil everything. That's what people will remember the most. Those where we're watching the same fight moments, not the actual fight. It's an ongoing issue of bias and corruption seeping into a sport that is supposed to entertain fans rather than leave them unsatisfied. Boxing's subjective nature allows for these clown judges to avoid taking accountability for poorly scoring fights. I'm looking at you, Tim Cheatham, and this is why I felt compelled to make this video on how to fix the current scoring system. Now, I want to preface that despite there being a lack of proof that judges are being paid off to tamper the scorecards, fight fans are completely justified in believing judges are and have been bribed and as such are labelled corrupt. The sanctioning bodies assign judges to score fights, but promoters reimburse the judges travel, accommodation, and any other expenses made to attend the fight to do their job. These expenses are never disclosed and is often cited as a way of influencing judges. That's how boxing works, and it's no wonder that so many fans are skeptical about the legitimacy of a judge's ability to score a fight, and if the scorecards have been tampered. Now, this is the boring part of the video for me and probably for you if you're already aware of how boxing is scored. So I want to explain the current boxing scoring system as brief as possible while not missing anything important. Boxing rounds are scored using the 10-point must criteria. That means the winner of a round gets 10 points and the loser gets 9. Every time a fighter gets put on their bum, they lose a point. Judges score each round based on 4 main criteria: clean punching, effective aggression, defense, and ring generalship. And let's throw blood in as an unofficial fifth because let's be real, it's definitely influenced decisions over the years. Now, as I mentioned earlier, boxing's scoring system is subjective, meaning rounds are individually assessed on the interpretation of how the judge views it. Whereas objective assessments would involve how many points are scored based on clearly defined systems based on facts, like in football or tennis. For as old as boxing is, the rules on scoring points have remained vague and up for interpretation. Yeah, you lose a point if you get knocked down, but what about when the dude runs around for 12 rounds like he forgot the London Marathon was the week before? Is that really worthy of winning a fight? What's made worse is that boxing judges never come out and justify why they scored the fight the way they did. It's all up for opinions and assumptions, which just makes it even more frustrating. You are starting to see referees in other sports such as MMA and football do interviews explaining their decision process. It's time boxing does the same with judges. Now it's time for my suggestion, and I want to credit this Reddit post for coming up with this excellent idea. I will leave the link to it in the description below. But the essence of this revamped scoring system is to reduce the 10-point must scoring system to a 5-point one. Now, before you click off this video, let me land. So to start, each fighter is awarded 5 points for just getting out of their corner to start the round. At the end of the round, the judges award a point to the fighter who demonstrates they have been better than the other for each of the 4 traditional scoring criteria. They will also award an additional point to the fighter they felt won the round. So no more 10-9 rounds, you have to really dominate your opponent in every criteria to earn those maximum 10 points. Knockdowns and referee deductions are scored the same as they are now. I genuinely believe this would drastically improve boxing's scoring system. Boxers can still fight their preferred style and be rewarded for it. A 10-9 round, or in this case an 8-7 round, would actually be a close encounter rather than some guy running for 2.5 minutes and landing a couple of clean punches at the end of the round. I also think a round devoid of action would be reflected in the fight if none of the 4 scoring criteria is being demonstrated. More importantly though, it actually forces judges to justify their scores for everyone to see and scrutinize. The points they award to a fighter based on the scoring criteria will tell us why they think a fighter deserved to win a round. They can no longer hide behind the 10-point scoring system. Once again, shout out to the person who wrote this post. I really like this idea. But this is boxing we are discussing, so any good suggestions are usually dismissed unless it results in making a ton of money. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Does boxing scoring system need an overhaul? What do you think would improve the judging? Alright, I'm out.